How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Alan Staley, and this is Slinging Dirt with Staley. On this week's episode, driver of the War Pony, the Horner Motorsports, Native Skins, River Shack, Wahwahsuck Racing, First and Last, Reckless Designs, DeShong Motorsports, the 11W stock car from Atchison, Kansas, Gerald Wahwahsuck. With over 20 years experience behind the wheel, Gerald's been a mainstay in a multitude of various dirt track classes and is no stranger to victory lanes across the Midwest. With great showings at I-35 Speedway, US 36 Raceway, the Bethany Fairgrounds, Lakeside, Heartland Motorsports Park, Thunder Hill, Atchison County Raceway. I could keep going on, but the point remains the same. Wahwahsuck is always a threat to win wherever he's at. With at least a dozen or so feature victories in the past half-decade, a couple more notable races being the 2017 Northwest Missouri State Fair Stock Car Race win, the 2011 Show Me Spectacular Street Stock feature victory at I-35. On a personal note, though, seeing the War Pony dodge trees, opponents, and literally whatever else the track owner could throw at him in an ACR original demo derby type race, the Cage Man series, that was well worth the price of admission. Representing his name, legacy, and heritage proudly in everything that Gerald does, it's no wonder why this Checkers or Wreckers wheelman extraordinaire is not only a continual fan favorite, but a pit favorite as well. Always down to talk cars, have fun, and just entertain. From driving a school bus in a demo derby to driving through a sign in a sport mod, the excitement level is always there. His passion for our sport is clearly visible, and his storytelling is rarely rivaled. This episode was a pure joy for me, as Gerald and I have been friends for years now, going back to the old Atchison County Raceway. Countless nights I was fortunate enough to call the action on the track where Gerald would choose to start in the rear just to see how fast he could get to the front. From an announcer's standpoint, it's hard not to notice that kind of ability. So we sat down over the summer and catch up, hear all about Gerald's love of sprint car racing, how said love can result in his own car number, and why after 20 years of competing, the passion still burns. Plus, Gerald's very quick Mount Rushmore of racing, what class is on his bucket list, and more on an all-new Slinging Dirt with Staley. Special guest Gerald Wahwahsuck, starting right about now.
We grew up around dirt tracks since we were 5 years old. Our parents took us to dirt tracks, the old Lakeside, the old Riverside, the old Topeka Fairgrounds. Just been a fan of dirt tracks forever.
Yeah.
Been behind the wheel for going on almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years now. Why the number? Is there any big significance there?
Oh, Steve Kinzer.
Steve Kinzer?
Steve Kinzer. I'm a huge Steve Kinzer fan. So, number 11. In my very first night racing, there was already an 11. So I had to throw the W on there, and it's always stuck.
And it just stuck
It
from
just
there
stuck,
on.
yeah.
Do you have any race day rituals? Anything that you have to do to make a race day complete, or things that you have to avoid, like superstitions?
No, I really don't. Like my buddy Chris DeShong has things he avoids. He doesn't really have a ritual, but he has things he avoids. I've always heard those. They don't really affect me. I guess I don't pay attention, or
Kind of
I just
make your own luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's going on inside your mind when you're sitting in that staging area? You're just about ready to take the track. What are you thinking about?
No, I do talk to my car. That maybe that is a ritual. I don't know, but I will. My car I call the War Pony. So I'll sit there and just, come on, War Pony. We got this. Let's just put on a good show. And so I do talk to my car in staging lanes, and then I'm ready to go.
Any fear?
No.
No fear?
No fear, man. Sometimes that's a hindrance because of no fear.
Yep.
I tend to tear up a few cars.
Why War Pony?
Just, I'm Native American, and in our culture there's always a war pony that went into battle that you rode, so I just took the name, and
I like the
and it flew. I mean, everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Everybody talks to me, calls me the War Pony.
It caught on like wildfire.
Yeah, I did.
How much time are you going to spend working on the car during the week?
On a good week, maybe 3 nights, just out there checking nuts, bolts, tinkering with it, make sure everything's good, prepping tires.
A good comb over, making sure.
Exactly.
Now, what about off-season? Are you going to completely strip down the car?
Oh, yes. Every year we do. I mean, I'm in that garage 365. My girlfriend knows it, even during the winter. First month after race season completely ends, I might be in the house for a little bit. But then that itch, I can get back out in the garage and we'll tear her straight down and go all over it.
Favorite pre-race meal?
I don't have a favorite pre-race meal. That kind of goes back to the ritual things, chicken, all that. I've shown up one time eating chicken fingers, and Chris DeShong was mad at me because I was eating chicken fingers. Yeah.
What about a post-race beverage? What's your go-to weapon of choice there?
It depends on the time. Like right now, it's water and Gatorade.
Yeah, stay hydrated.
Yeah, of course, I just like beer. So.
Yeah, any type of word.
Yep. Late night, it's going to be a energy drink.
Specific brand?
NOS.
NOS energy
Two
drink.
reasons. Sheldon Honchild's driving for NOS.
Yep.
And Christian Chong has the Rowdy can. Well, what's his name?
The Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch has the Rowdy can.
It's our Rowdy.
It's our Rowdy.
Yeah.
That's why we buy it.
What's been the highlight of those 20 years?
There's several good wins that I've enjoyed myself. Of course, I love it when my brothers are there helping me.
Mm-hmm.
I have two brothers. But one of the big wins was like the Bethany State Fair race last year.
Yeah.
I won that. That's a highlight. I won the Show Me Spectacular at I-35. And we're currently sitting at Heartland Park right now. And I've had some good runs here.
Mm-hmm.
2011, I was one of the top 3 stock car drivers. There was any given night, us 3 could win.
You will help set up your competition's car.
Yes.
Why do that?
I want competition. I want to be able to race against better cars, faster cars. My buddy who sponsors me now, Mitch Horner, 2 years ago, I was helping another Atchison racer, and I was telling him what to do to make his car faster. And Mitch is like, "Why are you doing that?"
Yeah.
And he was standing next to my girlfriend, and my girlfriend Hillary said, "He wants more competition. He wants faster cars. He doesn't want to just go out there and blow everybody away," which I don't always do. But yeah, exactly, it's no fun.
And as a spectator, as a fan of this sport, that's not fun for me to watch.
And I also want to return the favor because when I first started racing, I knew nothing about race cars. So I had drivers helping me, people coming to me, try this, try that, and some of it worked, some of it didn't. I finally figured out what I liked, and boom, I was flying.
You found out what works for you.
Exactly.
And it's the thing that I've always admired, because I came in to AC, our old stomping grounds, Atchison County Raceway, as a complete nobody. I didn't know anybody.
Right.
And you were one of the first ones that went out of your way to talk to me, and I thank you for that. And it's always been your mentality at a racetrack. You don't know a stranger.
Exactly.
It kind of exemplifies just the type of character that you are. You're always funny, always laughing, having a good time. What do you attribute that to?
That, I don't know. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I have a good time. Even if I'm having a bad night at the track, I'm still having a good time with people.
Yeah.
Still talking to people, still laughing, just don't come up to me in the first 5 minutes after the feature if I had a bad night, but after that, I'm cracking jokes.
Yep.
I'm laughing.
What besides the danger and the financial strain would you say is the biggest negative in our sport?
Oh, that's kind of
It's a tricky question.
It's a tricky question because I try not to think of that.
And in my personal belief, if you take away the money that you spend and the danger, I don't know if there really is a negative.
There's really not a negative. About the only negative is a track's location. Some tracks.
Yeah, the distance that you have to travel.
Some tracks, distance you have to travel. And then also, if you're in a city, a community, some tracks are getting shut down because homes are popping up around them, and all of a sudden, they're shutting those tracks down. Just this summer, I saw on the internet where a lot of tracks in Pennsylvania and Ohio shutting down.
Yeah, people moving in next door to a racetrack and then complaining about
fully
that.
Knowing that there's a racetrack.
Now let's flip that coin over. What's the biggest positive?
Oh, the community.
Yeah.
The community, the people, the fans. I have so many fans. I never thought in my day I would have fans that recognize me off the track.
You go to Walmart, people know who you are.
Exactly, yes, exactly. And I love that.
How does that make you feel as a driver?
Oh, I'm proud. I'm very proud. I try to represent my name very well, carry my name very well. I tell crew members, if they're not my brothers or, some friends come, I said, you're representing me when you're in the pits. So let's not get rowdy. Let's not, because, I can get rowdy, but I don't do it in the race car, on the track, or in the pits. Because I'm representing my name. I'm representing that Wahwahsuck name because I built a very good name for myself. And I don't want to throw that out because I got angry.
But if a good time is going to be had, you're going to be right there.
There's a good time. Gerald Wahwahsuck's having that good time and everybody's in my pit.
Where's the motivation come from? Why keep doing this?
I've sometimes asked that myself that too, just because after 20 years, it does drain on you. It is an addiction. Yeah. It is truly an addiction because there's times where I'm ready to give up or tell my girlfriend, well, let's sit out a year. Let's go enjoy races. Let's go watch races. Next thing I know, belt on in the car, and I'm racing the entire season.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yep. It's kind of like you don't really have a choice. Your body's going to take you to a race.
That's all I know. Yeah, that's all I know. Weekends, that's all I know.
What has been one race in particular where everything clicked? Did you have that moment of zen, the moment of clarity where you were no longer worried, thinking, anything like that? You were just out there as a competitor instead of just making laps.
I-35, the Show Me Spectacular 2011. That was the year I was having an awesome year here at Heartland Park. I showed up to I-35. It was a 2-night show. I showed up Friday. I didn't even want to race it because I thought I was going to get out-motored, out everything. My friend Phil Birkenshade, ACR, said, nope, you're going to race. Gave me his truck, his trailer, and helped me out. And I showed up, and I won Friday night. Went back, started on a pole for the main event Saturday, and led every single lap. And I remember sitting in that car as we're racing, and it was almost slow motion. I'm like, I know what this feels like now. Because for so long, I never knew what it felt like to lead a lap, let alone many laps, and I was just comfortable. And I will say, that was the time I just realized, I'm here. I made it.
You're doing what
I'm successful, yes. And it's gone up from there. There's highs and lows, but I'm there now.
Let's kind of hit on the lows. What's the biggest wreck or the scariest moment you've had behind the wheel?
Thunder Hill, 2009. I flipped over turn 1 wall, landed upside down. Little fire, nothing big. I've had a couple wrecks at Lakeside where I've destroyed cars. There's just been big wrecks, multiple wrecks.
And how do you come back from that? Is there ever a sense of hesitation crawling back in the car?
No. That's where that addiction comes in. You know, there's no hesitation. Let's get another car. Let's get it ready. I'm racing.
What is your preferred style of track? Let's say you can build the track of your dreams. Are you going to go short versus long, high bank versus low bank? What's your cup of tea there?
I would like to see like a 3/8 high bank track.
So kind of like an I-35 ACR blend?
Yes.
I like that.
I like bank tracks. I love flat tracks, but just bank tracks, I don't know, just appeal to me.
There's something about throwing it in sideways and hoping it sticks.
Exactly, yes.
I know how much of a fan of the sprint car racing that you are. Any chance we'll ever see you in one of these wing monsters?
Oh, I would love it. That's my bucket list right there, to show up one time in a real race, not one of those you go pay and drive the car. This summer, this past winter, we almost thought about buying a 305 sprint car for a US 36. We looked into it. My sponsor said he could afford it, but I was like, we crash one time, we're done.
Yeah, the season's over.
It ain't a stock car where I can go get another part throw on there, you know. We crashed one time, and you know I'm going to drive it hard.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be driven.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you want to give a special shout-out to? Special thanks for helping your racing
definitely. Mitch Horner Motorsports. He's been an awesome sponsor for the past several years, and he's stepped his game up this past 2 years. Of course, my brothers, Mike and Craig, they're just huge supporters when they can come to the track. And my girlfriend, Hillary Jasper, puts up with it. It's actually her house we live in with the garages, so I've taken over the garages. Her car's parked outside.
she's kind of your number one fan, but if you mess up, she's going to be number one right there.
She is going to be number one right there on me in life, and not just racing.
Not just racing. On that aspect, is there anything in the race car, the sport of racing, has taught you that carries over and transpires into your real world life that's helped you?
Patience. Yeah. Patience just helps me. Driving down the highway, the freeway, you know, I'm patient now, and I used to be that aggressive teenage boy, young man that drove, weaved through everybody, and now I'm doing the speed limit, and everybody's like, "Why'd you going any fast?" I'm like, "There's no need."
You get your speed right.
Yeah, I get my speed out of the car.
Yep. Hollywood is calling. They're making the Gerald Wahwahsuck movie. Who plays you?
That is a very good question. Jack Black.
Jack Black.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
So it's going to be a comedy right out the gate, of course.
Oh, you know me. It's got to be a comedy.
And the final question of the show, it's kind of the staple here on Slinging Dirt with Staley. What is your Mount Rushmore of racing? It can be all dirt, all NASCAR, Formula One, a blend of anything. They don't even have to be the best. Just your 4 favorite.
I'm going to go back to the World of Outlaws. Steve Kinzer, Doug Wolfgang, Sammy Swindell, and Jack Hodenshaw.
Jack Hodenshaw, without even hesitation, just right off the top of the head. And you can tell just how much racing means
That's
to
what
you.
I grew up with, and that's them, the World of Outlaws.
Mhm.
I still love them. I still follow them. I just love sprint cars.
Yep, just love sprint cars. All right, buddy. Again, thank you for sitting down, talking to me, talking racing here at Heartland Motorsports Park here in Topeka. And I wish your team the best of luck tonight, and can't wait to get to announce you back on the track one more time.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you a lot.